Tell your neighbor, say, if it can happen in the past, it can happen now. I was watching a video by Pastor Lawrence Oyor those days, maybe before he even got married, when they were very violent during their battle axe retreats, of how they will gather over like maybe 50 people in a hall to fast for a period of days, and then they will give all of them assignments. They will fill the street of Ibadan and they'll be looking for mad people to cast out the spirit of madness. The same mad person that you see on the road, and just when you see a madman, he's coming in this direction, you just shift. For them, once the mad person sees them, he's running. Imagine you are sitting down in your shop and you just see a madman pass and you see somebody pursuing the madman. It was because they sat down together and they prayed to the point that they created an incense. How do you think? Somebody shared a testimony of in Shiloh, a paralyzed lady. She said she walked into Shiloh paralyzed and they kept her on the ground. She was miles far away from Bishop, and then she just looked at the ground. She used her tongue to lick the sand, and immediately her body came. See, this thing can only be generated in the place of prayer. When we build intensity like Ramah, the Bible said that when Saul sent soldiers to come, the moment they crossed the radar of Ramah, all of them fell under the power of God and they were slain. The same thing can happen in our day and our time. That people don't need to meet the man of God by just walking into an ambience, because we have developed something so serious. We don't even need to start church in school. Something will go there and pull each and every one of them. I discovered that all the Christians that are even in this school, not all are even coming to church. There is a level of glory we will develop or generate that we will speak to this land and it will pay attention. Look at the way Rehan Bonkin does his crusade. They will stay for days, even Shiloh. Bishop, 3 days before Shiloh, they will shut the doors with their pastor and their team, and they will speak in tongues for 3 days. No prayer points, just tongues rolling for 3 days. That's why Pastor Lawrence said, what will happen to you if you shut your door and you say you will not speak again, and the only thing that will happen to you is tongues? There is a level of intensity you generate, especially if it comes to territorial revival. It will have to be all of us to participate and to pray. Not just one man. Truly speaking, one man will do the job, but it will go larger if we are many. Listening to the message of Pastor Lawrence in Ife Babalola, he said, what will happen if 50 people lock themselves for 7 days? He said there was a time I've forgotten the name of that university, where they prayed to the point that in that meeting, the level of revival that happened broke the school calendar for 1 full week. Because students were going to the university in their lecture hall, the power of God before there. Just imagine you are sitting down in EEP class and then somebody just starts shouting on that power because of a meeting that was done not even in campus but somewhere. So we can regulate this land by our prayer. When we build that incense, we generate it and it goes before the presence of God, and God is left with no option but to respond. It's very true. And one thing about the incense is that when that incense starts, that is where you see God move beyond limits. So it is not a miracle service, but when the incense is generated, you will now see people being healed. It's not a miracle service. The pastor is just preaching, but somebody will just walk in and his body becomes erected